Hi everyone, we have a couple new patrons that we wanted to shout out and say hello to. Thank you Tessa, and thank you Birch Dad.
Voicemail?
Yeah.
Lucas, what's wrong?
Replay this message. Lucas! Lucas, help! Replay this. Lucas! Lucas, help! Lucas, help!
Hey.
You hear it, right? I'm not losing my mind.
Oh, I heard it. I'm just having trouble, processing it. There's no way this is an old voicemail, right?
No. My phone says I had a missed call. It was at 3 a.m.
We'll call it back.
The number you dialed is not in service.
You sure you don't believe in ghosts?
Oh, God.
What?
Remember back in Louisiana? I thought I saw her?
Yeah, but...
And then Leon? Or, whoever was pretending to be him.
What does that even mean? We've got a bunch of doppelgangers running around out there?
It sure seems like it. I don't know what else it could be. Think it could have anything to do with the sleeper?
I don't know. At this point, anything is possible. I guess it's just one more thing we need to worry about.
Before things get too heavy, I should probably back up just a few days and share some lighter news. If you listened to our last episode, you'll know that we've also found ourselves with a new pet. I gotta admit that doesn't quite feel like the appropriate word. A new ward? Companion? Whatever you want to call it. We were now the caretakers of a recently born homunculus. While we were staying with its creator, Theo, we had kept the homunculus separated from Fritz, since we weren't sure how the two of them would react to each other. But when it was time to leave town, we needed to finally introduce them.
I love watching him waddle around. He's like a drunk little baby.
It's like a bobblehead came to life. You ready?
Yeah, get the carrier.
Should I just open it?
No, not yet. Let me talk to Fritz first. Chill!
Everything okay?
Yeah, Fritz thought the little guy was food.
Fritz, no!
Don't worry, she's got the point now. There will be no hunting. Maybe be ready to separate them though, just in case.
But open it?
Yeah, go for it. Good. See? We're all friends here. Be nice!
It's okay, buddy. You just need to give her space. Well, what are they thinking?
Fritz isn't thrilled, but it seems like she will tolerate him. And he learned his lesson. He won't be going near her again anytime soon.
We were on the road for a few days after that. Fritz had her bed in the back seat, and the homunculus stayed up front with us. Well, mostly with Mia. He must have had some sort of innate enigma like other cryptids, if not more so, because Mia says she finds it especially easy to connect with him. Using her powers, I mean. She was already able to understand his gibberish, if not translate it exactly. She said that his current intelligence was already close to that of a toddler. Now, given what a mouthful homunculus was, we'd just been calling him little guy or little fella, but he needed a name. Mia didn't have any ideas, so I scoured the internet, looking at all sorts of lists until I had collected some potential names.
Okay, what are we gonna call this little oddball?
Oh, we've got options. These aren't like ranked or anything, so I guess I'll just start reading them and you let me know if anything jumps out to you?
Okay.
All right then. Frank? I was thinking like short for Frankenstein because they're both, artificial creations or whatever.
I like the sentiment, but no, too similar to Fritz.
Fritz, Frank. Yeah, good point. Tiny, Junior, Scrappy.
Name him after the worst Scooby-Doo character? Hard pass.
Fair. Cricket, Pickle, Biscuit, Tater Tot.
Oh my god, were you hungry when you were picking names?
I don't know, I couldn't decide between pet names or real names. Human names, I mean. So I just sort of looked at everything.
Lucas, he's already smarter than a lot of animals. We can't just give him a pet name. He needs a proper human name.
Okay, well, in that case, let me just cross off a few of these.
Keep them coming.
Cooper, Kirby, Pinky, Bebop, Reno.
Reno?
What? I knew a dog named Reno once. Oh, right, that would be a pet name. Chuck, Baxter, Bobby, Pugsley, Momo. Wait, does Momo count as a pet name? I was thinking of the Cryptid.
I don't love it, but you can leave it for now.
Okay. Eddie, Reggie, Billy, Rusty Shackelford.
Come again?
Never mind. Zeke, Russell, Archie, Gil. That's it. What do you think? Any favorites?
Let me see the list.
Okay.
Oh!
What?
I wasn't even thinking. Let's see what he likes. What do you think? Wait, seriously? That wasn't even one of the names.
What's he saying?
He wants to be called Oddball.
Oddball, huh?
So much for a real name.
I mean, it does suit him, though.
It sure does.
So, Oddball it was. Despite the cuteness and novelty of our new little friend, I was restless. All I wanted to do was find the sleeper, or maybe even look deeper into the mystery of those imposters or clones or whatever the hell they were. But on all fronts, we were at dead ends. It was frustrating, to say the least, and I started to have trouble sleeping. Like we mentioned before, Mia decided that we needed a distraction. Just get back to basics and look for a cryptid. So I hit the books and looked for some possible subjects of investigation.
Alright, have you made a decision?
Yeah, I think so. The Devil's Lake Monster. Not too far from here.
Okay, great. Let's get moving.
We packed our things and set a course for Baraboo, Wisconsin. We were still in Minnesota at this point, so it wouldn't be too long of a drive.
So, another lake monster.
Yes and no.
What do you mean, yes and no?
Okay, well, Yeah, obviously it does live in a lake, but it's not the usual plesiosaur or serpent like most people claim to see.
Is that so?
Yeah.
Then what is it?
Well, I don't have any sightings, but there are 2 primary legends that both come from the Nakota tribe. I don't know when either of them took place, so I'll just read them in the order I found them.
Go for it.
All right, so the first encounter began when a native chief gathered a group of young men to go on a hunting trip to the other side of the lake. The lake doesn't seem that big, so presumably there was some reason why they had to cross the lake and couldn't just walk around it. Either way, though, they got in a canoe and started to make their way across the lake. All of a sudden, tentacles came up out of the water, attacking the men and capsizing their canoe. None of them survived, but their screams alerted others who ran to the shore and saw what happened. Then, every year afterward, both to honor their fallen comrades and appease the monster in the lake, the tribe would put sacrifices into the water. Apparently, the tradition still continues to this day, though now it's just more of a town festival. The other legend was apparently told to the first Christian missionaries in the area. One year, there was a terrible drought. Even though the lake started to get lower, the tribe stayed in the area. Not only were there no other nearby sources of water, but it was also good for hunting, since animals had to go there to drink and fish were easier to catch. As the summer went on, the lake continued to get smaller and smaller until the water finally got so low that it turned into 2 smaller lakes separated in the middle by a big stretch of mud. At some point after this, the tribe woke up one morning to find a fish-like or amphibious creature stuck in the mud, thrashing around. No one approached it because they thought it was a spirit that would punish them with something even worse than the drought. It's unclear how long the creature was stuck there, but it was eventually able to free itself and get back into the water. There's also maybe a story of a girl in the 50s finding a vaguely strange animal carcass on the shore, but I couldn't verify any of the details there, and it might have taken place at another lake entirely, so I'm just discounting that one altogether. But that's all I got.
Tentacles, huh? That is new. I mean, not counting the Kraken, but that was the ocean, not a lake.
Yeah.
For starters, there aren't any known freshwater cephalopods.
There aren't any known freshwater cephalopods yet.
My thoughts exactly.
Leave it to a cryptid to not get discovered.
It's almost like that's what they do. But yeah, a freshwater octopus certainly wouldn't be the weirdest thing we've ever found.
I think Oddball might actually be the winner there.
He certainly is unique.
That evening, we got into town. Baraboo was a moderately large city with an interesting past. Apparently, it had been the birthplace of the Ringling Brothers Circus. The city was now home to the Circus World Museum and, I can't believe I'm saying this because it is the greatest combination of words I've ever seen, the International Clown Hall of Fame and Research Center. Yeah. Anyway, just south of Baraboo was Devil's Lake State Park, which unsurprisingly contained Devil's Lake itself. The lake was pretty small, not even 1.5 miles long at its widest point, so you could pretty much see the entirety of the lake from the shore. We had planned on staying in town, but we actually lucked out and ended up renting a cabin that was right on the water. Literally, the back deck was only a few feet away from the rocky shore.
Even if we don't find anything, this is a lovely view. It's nice to stay somewhere besides a tent or a motel room once in a while.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
What? You want to go in? Fine, but only if I hold you. Sorry, bud. It's too dangerous.
Looks like we need to get another leash.
Yeah, and then just figure out where to find a small enough harness for him.
I think we'll have to make one.
Yeah, you're probably right. Better brush up on those sewing skills.
We had set up some cameras, but basically just ended up spending the first day relaxing. On the second day, however, an idea came to me.
I bet we could rent kayaks or something on that side of the lake there.
Yeah, that might work. Hey, what do octopi eat?
They're usually predators. Why?
So, like, other fish?
Yeah.
What about crab?
I mean, yeah, I think so. Why? Did you want to try baiting it?
Well, we've usually had pretty good luck with crab cakes.
Oh, you're right. That's a great idea.
We made a quick trip to the grocery store, and within the hour, we were back at the edge of the water with some freshly cooked crab cakes.
Oh!
Did you see something?
Yeah, can you see that shadow? Right there?
What is it? You sure that's not just a rock?
No, I'm pretty sure it moved. Toss a few more, closer to us. See? It's definitely moving.
Is that a snail? Giant seashell?
Oh. Wow, those are tentacles, all right.
Well, hello there, freshwater cephalopod.
Field notes. The Devil's Lake Monster. The Devil's Lake Monster appeared to be a surviving ammonite. Ammonites were prehistoric shelled cephalopods. There is a modern family of shelled mollusks known as the nautilus, though despite the physical similarities, ammonites are apparently more closely related to non-shelled cephalopods like squids and octopi. Like other ammonites, or at least similar to reconstructions, the creature was a squid-like form inside a large, spiral shell. The creature itself had a drab brown skin, and the shell was a lighter tan, covered in faint stripes. Overall size is hard to describe, since the creature basically has two separate parts, but its shell was approximately 3.5 feet long at its widest point. Like a squid, it appeared to have 8 shorter tentacles, which each measured around 2 feet long, and 2 longer tentacles that were about 5 feet long. Obviously, it seemed pretty big in person, but there are larger squids out there today, and the largest ammonite fossil on record has a shell more than 6 feet long. Like other cephalopods, the Devil's Lake Monster appears to be carnivorous, and most likely feeds on crustaceans and smaller fish. Despite its size, the creature seemed pretty docile, and is likely not dangerous unless threatened or provoked. Also, while it crawled along the lake bed like an octopus, I noticed a small hole underneath the tentacles, which means the creature could likely swim via water propulsion like other squids. The most interesting fact about this creature is that there are no other recorded freshwater cephalopods. There are a few possible reasons for this, and some adaptations the creature might have made to survive in this environment. But honestly, it would be a lot of speculation on my part and a lot of boring biological minutia for you all. So let's chalk it up to the enigma for now and leave it at that. End field notes. Private number?
Yeah.
Answer it.
What if it's her again? I can't.
Another voicemail?
Yeah.
You have 1 new voice message and 3 saved messages. New message.
Rapid City. To replay this message,
The Cryptid Cases has been a production of Little Giant Monsters. Find out more about us at littlegiantmonsters.com and by searching for Little Giant Monsters on social media. Every Monday after a new episode, we share a cryptid sketch, so be sure to look out for that. If you're enjoying the Cryptid Cases and want to help support us, find us on Patreon. Rewards include behind-the-scenes content, early access to episodes, and access to our Discord. A huge thanks to all our current patrons. Links to our Patreon, our merch, and other shows we're creating are all available on our website or in the description of this episode. Another way to support our work is through ratings and comments on Apple Podcasts and other podcast apps. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you again soon.